Thank you, and welcome everyone to this session on digital innovation in retail. Um, there's a lot going on in retail at this time, and a lot of it is being driven by us as customers demanding a next level of customer experience, not just because of all the trends that have been happening over the last 3 to 4 years, especially around our expectations on interaction with our, with the life around us, but also with this thing that is called the pandemic, which has been driving a lot of both new business models as well as different expectations that customers now have around how and when they would like to shop and interact with the providers of the goods and services that they're out there to buy and consume. And it's these rising expectations from customers that's leading to what we are all recognizing as being called the on-demand economy. Traditional expectations in terms of how goods and services would be consumed, at what latency, at what points in time, what times of the day, have all been changed with the way in which we have gone around our lives for the last 18 months to 2 years. And in order to respond, all businesses have begun to look at digital transformation, innovation as far as their digital technologies go, in order to make sure that they're able to respond to this new kind of demand, but most importantly, what a lot of people are calling the real-time economy. And one of the biggest aspects of the real-time economy is that with all of these markets, for all of the products, goods and services that we are out there to buy, being able to provision and behind that produce these products and services ever closer to the point of demand has become critical. Now, I'm sure that apart from our behavior, you can also see, if you've read in the news about the issues with supply chains, with container vessels and ships, being parked outside ports for months on end. These supply chain disruptions have come in the way of a lot of organizations who are trying to fulfill this real-time provision of goods and services as close to their consumers as possible. But what's this meant is that not only are retailers getting squeezed because of the fact that you've got these new expectations around customer experience from the people that these organizations want to come in and buy products from, but on the other side, you also have all of these disruptions that are taking place in the supply chain that just make it even more difficult for retailers to continue doing business the way they used to, and be able to not just succeed, but literally, outcompete, in the market that we are in. Now, where we come in as Zebra, in order to help our customers, especially retailers, in order to react to this new reality, but not only that, be able to drive a profitable, growing business in these circumstances, is really comes down to our vision around enterprise asset intelligence. Now, our vision as far as enterprise asset intelligence goes has been to have every asset and every worker on the edge, fully connected and visible, is the promise that we have always made with our products. Now, it's not just about visible and connected, but we also, as we talked about, it's also about making sure that every one of these assets and workers on the edge are optimally utilized, because it's not just a question about being able to grow business and react to these new business models, but then most importantly, to do it in a profitable manner. And today's, for our discussion with software as a service and Zebra solutions in this space, really focuses on that last piece, which is the optimal utilization, where we've got solutions from Reflexes and to it, whether it's the Smart Count and Workforce Connect capabilities, which really form one half of how all of these assets can be optimally utilized. There is the other half, which is our discussion for today, which is how is it that the ISV and the developer community can actually contribute alongside our software solutions in order to make sure that all of these, of our joint customers, how can they make their assets and workers who are on the edge optimally utilized, in addition to the connectivity and the visibility that they get with the Zebra products. The other framework that we have used in order to describe the end-to-end framework, if you will, is really around this concept of sense, analyze, and act, where sense is really all about bringing in all of the data that's available, not just within the four walls of the store, but also be able to bring in new and third-party data sources which can live outside the store itself. So first of all, within the store, making sure that all of the IoT data, all of the data that is coming out of the Zebra devices that are inside the store, other devices, other IoT streaming capabilities that are there within the store, being able to bring all of that into a data platform, be able to bring in third-party data sets such as weather data, social data. It's unlimited, literally, in terms of what could be brought in. But then now, once all this data has been brought in, the next step is to then apply not just rule-based algorithmic techniques, but also leveraging the power of AI and machine learning in order to analyze this data, be able to detect patterns, be able to detect anomalies, and then be able to act upon these discoveries. And by what I mean by acting is deliver a prescriptive action either to a machine or a device, or a prescriptive action to a human being, a worker, an associate at the front line, and basically provide an action that says, or a task that says, something needs to be done in order to correct an anomalous situation or to take advantage of the new insight that we have gathered as a result of this end-to-end process. All of this in service of providing transformational business outcomes to the organization. So hopefully that gives you a view in terms of the way we at Zebra are looking at this from our visible and connected capabilities that we provide as a result of our devices, layering in the software solutions, which enables assets and workers to be optimally utilized, and then hopefully combining all of this with the developer community in order to bring in truly unique or joint offerings to the market. Now, maybe if I can spend a few minutes talking about the software solutions group, which, as you know, is relatively new, that we've put this business unit together over the last year or two, and it is comprised of the most important piece here is just about 900 of us from a product perspective, working on these software solutions, working every day to make sure our customers are successful and driving innovation with our solutions. We have in excess of 350 customers worldwide, and finally, there is a cumulative investment of close to $1 billion of Zebra investments in software. Now, some of this investment has been organic. There are capabilities that have been built inside of Zebra, these software solutions, and then there are a few where we have acquired very innovative companies who have been working on things like AI-powered demand sensing and forecasting, which we'll talk about, as well as industry-leading, best-in-class workforce management, labor and scheduling solutions, as well as task management. And we can spend a few more minutes talking about some of these solutions in more detail. Here is I'll start with Reflexes, which was an acquisition that was made almost exactly a year ago by Zebra. And what we have here is workflow optimization that really makes sure that associates, despite disruption, are able to handle and are able to execute on the most appropriate workflows that will deliver the maximum possible business outcome. In addition to these workflows, there's also the planning capability, which we call workforce management, which really optimizes the labor spend and availability in order to make sure that there is maximum efficiency when it comes to making sure that we have the right mix of human resources at a particular store or location in order to deliver and take care of deliver the best possible customer experience and take care of the work that is going to be forecast for that particular location. And this involves different roles, different skill sets, and be able to do this despite all of the disruption that can happen due to all of the external factors that are out there, ranging from something called COVID all the way to the fact that there could potentially be a snowstorm on Friday, and how many employees can we expect to be available in a particular location in order to deliver, again, going back to what we started off with, the best possible customer experience for any customers who will be interacting with those employees and showing up at that particular store. The next is Antuit, which actually happens to be our most recent acquisition. Antuit was acquired just about 2 weeks ago into Zebra, and they have again a highly innovative AI-powered demand sensing and forecasting capability. So think of it as being able to predict or forecast the demand for a particular product right down to the SKU level and at a particular location. So if let's say we are a retailer that's in the fashion business or the garment business, we've got the ability with Antuit to basically forecast down to a SKU level and a particular size, let's say for a T-shirt, and predict what the demand is going to be for this particular solution. Now, there's a lot that can flow out of from a business actions perspective as a result of this insight that is delivered. Number one, of course, is being able to make sure that from a supply chain perspective and planning perspective, these forecasts in terms of where products and goods need to be delivered and where they need to be stocked. There's now a lot more intelligence in being able to make the most optimal decisions there. The other part of it, of course, is based upon those demands, forecasts, being able to drive new strategies around price optimization and planning around pricing in general. And the other part, of course, is being able to, stepping back from a SKU level, look at a particular assortment and make sure that there is the most efficient assortment planning that can take place. We have a lot of aspirations with this, the AI capabilities that Antuit has, and being able to leverage these forecasting capabilities across a number of our other solutions, including back to what I talked about earlier. If we have the ability to forecast demand right down to a SKU level, how about aggregating that up, and saying across an entire store, can we look at what demand is going to be for products, and then be able to make even better plans and schedules as far as labor and labor goes for that particular location. In addition to that, there's the third piece, which just as a contrast to the previous two, is Workforce Connect, which is a voice communication and collaboration capability that has been built inside, organic inside of Zebra, where you basically have associates, consumers, assets, all being seamlessly connected through the power of voice. Here, this is an extremely important productivity tool, not just for associates being able to communicate with each other, be able to get work done, but it's also now with the new business models that we see, such as buy online and pick up in store or curbside pickup, being able to, again, going back to delivering the best possible customer experience, be able to connect consumers and employees in real time, so that again, there is a seamless experience that customers have when, regardless of how they may be shopping or interacting with the store. And then we've also got the Prescriptive Analytics capability, which, similar to our Sense, Analyze, Act, is able to look for anomalies, detect patterns, and then be able to deliver at two ends of the spectrum, opportunities that can be sent down to a particular store in order to make sure that, let's say, replenishment tasks or inventory visibility is being acted upon at a particular store or location. And then also be able to, all the way at the other end, be able to react to changes similar to Antuit in terms of transactions, and be able to make sure that the retailer is always one step ahead in terms of changes in demand and customer traffic. And then finally, Smart Count is a self-service inventory scanning capability that can be used not just for the annual audits, but also from a cycle count perspective. And again, in the days of these omni-channel commerce, being able to truly understand, what inventory is available, and being able to make sure that customers who actually are shopping for goods, regardless of the channel that they may be utilizing, are always ensured that what they want to buy is available for them when they complete their transaction. Now, if we look at our focus across this portfolio, it's really around two areas. Number one, it's really about trying to help our customers be able to manage the two biggest expenses that they have. Number one, the highest expense is obviously the workforce, and in these days with rising labor costs, with the global trends around not being able to get enough people to come in and work, and then there's the other part of it, which is once you have a workforce, how do you keep them engaged? How do you make sure that you're retaining them? And then finally, most importantly, how do you make sure that they are most optimally utilized in order to deliver the best possible customer experience? And then the other part of it, if you think about workforce as being on the operating expense side, the single largest capital asset that any retailer has is really their inventory. So how do you put that large quantity of capital to the best possible use, making sure that you are always provisioning the right product at the right place, at the right location, and making sure that you have the right quantities based upon the demand that you can foresee. So if you look at that on the top side with the as far as the the associate performance side of our value proposition to customers, we've got solutions like Reflexes, Workforce Connect, as well as the prescriptive analytics capabilities that are front and center in helping our customers, solve the store associate performance paradigm. And then on the inventory side, we have, and to it again, prescriptive analytics, as well as Smart Count, playing that role for the inventory side of it. Now, how do we bring all of this together? If we look at what happens in the as far as the frontline workers and the solutions that are immediately visible to them, it's really around the three green circles that you see on this particular slide. You've got the task execution, the making sure that the right workflows are acted upon by the right people, and also ensuring visibility in terms of completeness of those tasks. And then you have in the middle the labor planning capability, which, again, if you think about the closed loop, if tasks are being sent out down to a store, being able to make sure that given the volume of tasks that are going down to a particular location, being able to also look in terms of how much budget dollars are available for that store, how many people can be provisioned in order to act upon the workload that is going down to that store is one component of labor planning. And then you've got workforce communications, which is really all about that collaboration that is essential, not just between employees, the store associates, their managers, and further up the chain, and up in the regional offices and the corporate offices as well, but also with consumers, also with vendors and suppliers, and making sure again that there is that seamless communication and collaboration that takes place. All of this now is built on a back end where, you remember, if we go back to the Sense, Analyze, Act framework, Sense can only start when we can bring in all of these data sets into a common platform, apply the best possible AI and ML techniques on top of it, and then be able to deliver a seamless common experience to all of those users, regardless of which particular solutions they may be interacting with. So a single seamless mobile experience that ties together all of these insights and prescriptive actions, regardless of what combination of those green circles the store associate maybe, or employees at users at these retailers will be interacting with. So again, in a nutshell, what we are saying is this is a single platform for all the work that needs to be done in order to run the most optimal store operation. Starting with workforce, best-in-class labor scheduling, as well as the other part of it, which is all of the employee self-service actions, where the employees of today want to be able to self-service swap shifts, request a different time, but rather than having to go back to the store manager, be able to do all of this themselves, on a single engaging experience on a mobile application. Be able to make sure that all of the leadership type of work that gets pushed down to a store, whether it's around the pricing, the promotion, some of the mandatory compliance and regulatory training that has to be done. All of this work again gets scheduled, gets generated as workflows, and completeness of those tasks is completely visible all the way through. And the third part, which again we've talked about, is keep enhancing the customer experience, regardless of the buy online, pick up in store models, how prevalent they may be, curbside pickups, all of these new models. Be able to make sure that as these new business models are being pushed down, which are essentially new workloads that are being pushed down to the store, make sure again that customers get the best optimal experience, because the store associates and the inventory that these customers are buying are all seamlessly connected, visible, and therefore deliver the best possible experience. And then finally, again, as I said, leveraging the power of AI to do all of this, all of the disruptions, whether they are macro ones or global ones like the pandemic, whether it is disruptions due to weather, disruptions due to social events, make sure that whether it's inventory or associates, that we are able to provide the best possible insight that is coming out of the collection of all of this data and pushing down in real time these next best actions. But there's a huge opportunity with AI also to really drive prescriptive actions around that can result in increased sales, make sure that there is more visibility on inventory and make sure that it is available, and then also to detect fraud and theft, as far as across this, the entire chain, not just in the store alone. So in the end, I think team members, store associates communicating, collaborating, and operating using one common system, next best actions that are consistently driven by advanced sensing capabilities, data analytics, and AI-powered automation. And then all of these multiple Zebra solutions seamlessly combined and linked with third-party applications, as well as applications that we would look forward to working on developing with you, and also with all of the old legacy systems, in order to solve holistically all of the challenges that retailers have with store operations, and using the power of a large cloud-native data platform to bring in millions of data points automatically analyzed with AI and machine learning, and power a loop of continuous improvement for all of our customers. Now, one of the discussions that I wanted to initiate today was how is it that we can work together to deliver this vision to our customers, and then most importantly to those frontline retail workers as well. So if we look at maybe three different areas, I'll start off first with Workforce Connect. With Workforce Connect, there are down to specifics, a few areas that we can start off with by looking at opportunities to collaborate. Number one, is using the IWG API. These APIs enable bidirectional communication, enable new use cases like an associate to an end customer. It could be IMs, it could be our instant messages, it could be text messages, it could be kiosks or loyalty applications where customer support requests, the signals that the customers at the curb, or now the customer at the curb wanting to chat or instant message with an associate who is actually picking the order that the customer is there for, is one area. The other area could be that you have IoT systems that are now capable through this, through this particular opportunity, to send alerts to associates saying there's a door open or there's a door closed. There are camera alerts that can be directed to the right roles, security, for example, through and then report if there are longer lines than usual, at a point of sale location. This is now again leveraging the power of the capabilities that you all have, leveraging the powers of the real-time data and the Zebra software portfolio, being able to deliver those kinds of actions directly to the people who need to act on it. The other part of it, I think, that we can also discuss is enabling texting to and from mobile phones to various departments in the store, such as online groups. Another area that we could discuss in detail going forward is around the headless mode of operation with Workforce Connect, where you could voice enable your business applications with full duplex voice and connect to any PBX in the store and cloud, because that's core capability that comes from Workforce Connect. You could enable push to talk in all of your business applications to alert employees. You can message to groups as big or small as you would want to do, and also be able to manage the contact lists for each department. And finally, I think the other part that we could also discuss is really around being able to bring in our integration partners for mobile device management deployment for customers, SSO and single sign-on and Active Directory integration. We could also look at Android launcher partners that we can integrate with Workforce Connect going forward. So these are some of the ideas that would be great to explore in detail around Workforce Connect, and I'm really looking forward to engaging with all of you who have an interest in going forward with this. Now, switching to the next topic, which is really around Reflexes. Now, Reflexes Store Pulse, think of it as an intelligent message transport mechanism where we can plug in across the store network this backbone and be able to bring in alerts and notifications in a bi-directional manner, not just from, let's say, from systems that are integrating to Store Pulse and then having to drive tasks down to Reflexes task management, but it could also be where tasks are being generated and being directed over to third-party applications, where we can send those tasks down to your applications in order for users to execute on. There are specific scenarios or use cases I think that we could also potentially look at, which is around the omni-channel, the store fulfillment use cases, embedding chatbots, let's say, as part of this whole task management capability, being able to integrate all the task capability directly in a headless mode into your applications, and essentially connectivity with IoT solutions that you all may be working on. Like we mentioned earlier, whether there is an anomalous temperature indication from a freezer, from an oven. It could be that there's a door open. It could be some of it from location sensing. Is the truck delayed? Is it already there at the back earlier than expected? And what actions then can we drive through Store Pulse down into the rest of the ecosystem? Apart from that, one other area where I think a lot of industry and domain knowledge and local market knowledge can be applied, I think, is with Reflexes Quick Start, where these are potential ideas or opportunities that we could work together on. One is for example the Reflexes Q chat capability, the Q check capability that allows for checklists, and then the Reflexes task management capability, but being able to package that up for specific use cases, for specific sets of size of customers, such as 20 stores or less, or creation of a more templatized approach for these three core Reflexes modules, and be able to deliver rapid value to a segment of the market that we don't go directly with Reflexes today. So again, the ask I think that I would have here is looking for partners to globally to customize to regional requirements, customize to local rules and regulations, and then to deploy these store execution management solutions alongside us into these markets. The other opportunity, would be really around workforce management, where so far, we at Zebra have been, apart from retail, been quite successful taking it into banking, into healthcare, as well as with hospitality. But here is where we could really leverage the vertical expertise that you all can bring, and especially around the complex business rules, not just for particular countries with the local regulatory requirements around labor, but is also around the specific business environments in those verticals. Reflexes workforce management is a very horizontal, comprehensive set of capabilities, highly configurable, and this is where we could use a partnership with those of you who have expertise in these areas to bring in that expertise, combine that with Quick Start for workforce management, and then be able to deliver that expertise jointly together with us. And in closing, I think what I'd like to say is, there's a lot of opportunity with all of the work that we've been doing in software. We are continuing to innovate both through organic investment into these capabilities, but also through down the road looking at other acquisition opportunities in order to keep delivering innovation to our customers and partners like yourselves. But then in the end, the objective is all in service of delivering a unified retail frontline worker experience. And your participation in this ecosystem is extremely important for our success. And we really want to be able to hear from you, be able to engage with you, and looking forward to having not just those discussions, but also looking forward to new ideas in terms of how we can work together to go forward into this market and deliver innovation to the industry like it's never been seen before. So again, you have the email address on the screen there. I think I would recommend that that's where you could start. Send us your feedback, your requests, the specific ideas that you all have as a result of this discussion. Please let us know. Looking forward to hearing from you. And with that, again, I would like to thank you all for taking the time. And again, looking forward to the discussion and the partnership going forward. Thank you very much.